We're going to start the assessment of Hugh's higher functions by doing orientation. Hugh, could you tell me what day it is today?
Monday.
And what month?
June.
And the year?
2007.
And whereabouts are you?
Queen's MBC building.
That's excellent. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is some aspects of his short-term memory, and I'm going to give him 3 objects to remember and ask him to remember them at 1 and 5 minutes. Hugh, could you remember 3 things for me? A dog, a pen, and a kettle. Can you say that?
A dog, a pen, a kettle.
I'm going to ask you to remember that in a few minutes, okay? While he's doing this, I'm going to test his attention, and I'm going to do that by asking him to count backwards from 20. Hugh, could you count backwards from 20 as quick as you can?
20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's perfect. I'm going to ask you, could you tell me the 3 things I asked you to remember?
A dog, a pen, a kettle.
Excellent. We're now going to look at various aspects of his language, and we've already heard one that his expressive language is perfectly normal. He uses words normally, and we're now going to test some naming and then some understanding. Could you tell me what that's called?
An orange.
And those?
Keys.
And that?
A cup.
I'm going to ask him now to do a 3-stage command. Could you pick up the thing that you would open doors with your right hand, put it in your left hand, and give it to me? Excellent. Good. Now there are 2 other aspects of language to test: reading and writing. To test reading, I'm going to give him a written command and ask him to read it out and then do it. Hugh, could I ask you to look at this book, look at what's written here, and then carry out the command? Good. Thanks very much. And to test writing, I'm going to ask him to write a sentence for me. Hugh, I'd like you to write down, "The cat sat on the mat." Can you say that?
The cat sat on the mat.
Okay. Good, and that's perfect. There's another. Reading and writing are both subserved in probably the posterior parietal region of the dominant hemisphere, and there's another higher function which resides there, and that is calculation. Hugh, could I ask you to subtract 7 from 100?
93.
And subtract 7 from 93?
86.
That's fine. There's one higher function which is served by the non-dominant hemisphere, and that is construction. And I'm going to test that by asking him to copy something which I've drawn. And this is a 5-pointed star. Hugh, this is a 5-pointed star. Could you just do a copy of that? Good. And that's fine. Good. Now the last thing I need to do is to ask you to remember the 3 things which I asked you to remember earlier.
A dog, a pen, a kettle.